Disneyland has an absolutely legendary Halloween party that everybody talks about as being one of the best events of the whole year. I've never been to it before, so join me for my first time at Oogie Boogie Bash. So excited. We got Oogie Boogie here welcoming us to Oogie Boogie Bash. This is, no joke, a legendary Halloween party. Everybody talks about it. Everybody talks about how it's one of the most fun Disney events of all time. It sells out every year. It's gonna be a little bit of a different vibe than usual. So typically I'm the expert when we go to events like this. Done a ton of research. Today, my team, total experts on this, have already done a ton of content when this event opened. So I am coming as a first timer to experience it fresh. So I know a lot about Oogie Boogie just because it's my job to know everything there is to know about Disney. But I haven't done a ton of research. I haven't prepped a lot for this because I want to experience it kind of naturally. It's my first time at the event. So my goal is for you to see what it would be like as a first timer at this event by living through me vicariously. Whether you've done the event before and you want to see it through fresh eyes, or you're going to be a first timer one day yourself. So we're going to find out. Right when you get in, you get your wristband, which is how they know that you are allowed into the party. It also has a QR code, which is how you're going to access your PhotoPass photos, which are included with your party ticket, which is super cool because there are some awesome PhotoPass photos. I'm going to try to get a lot of them. And then you also get the ever important trick-or-treat bag, which has ads on it for Tron Ares and the new Vampirina show, which I will be watching. I love a vampire. So I think it's kind of, the party's just getting started. The vibes are going to improve, I think, once the regular crowd clears out from the park day and once it gets a little darker. But let's explore. First thing I did was I saw a photo past the short line, so I hopped in line to get some pictures of me with the Headless Horseman statue. Super great photo pass photographer. Got me some good shots. And then I'm hopping in line for my first treat trail. This is kind of the point of Oogie Boogie for a lot of people, are these immersive treat trail experiences where you trick or treat and you get candy in your bag, but also they feature rare characters interacting with you. They are gonna have some scary lines when you hop in line. This line is wrapping all the way around there, but they move quick, so you don't have to be too scared of the lines, just hop in them. This and the Villains Grove Trail are kind of the reason people love Oogie Boogie Bash. I don't know, this is my first one. I selected Dr. Doofenshmirtz because it was the one that I saw first. Oh my gosh.
Welcome to Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated. You're welcome. You don't have to thank me. Oh jeez! Stop thanking me.
Oh, thank you. So weird.
Right now, I'm just going to
That's wild. I find the trick-or-treating to be fun and not so scary in Disney World, which is my home park, because you get a lot of candy. But most of them don't have a lot going on. Like, it's kind of just cast members handing candy. Whereas here, all the treat trails are like that, where there's a villain or something talking to you. And we have a little taste of that in Disney World now with some villains on some of the treat trails, but it is not common. And that makes it so much more worth doing them. It's not just about candy, you also get to have these wild interactions with extremely wild characters, like Dr. Doofenshmirtz himself. I guess I'll continue on to whoever we might see in this next one. I know for a fact that we are quite close to my number one priority for this party, and I think we're gonna knock it out pretty early so that we don't have any sort of issues with it later. And my outfit might give you a hint. Also, these ears, I never really wear ears. I'm wearing ears because these were hand painted by my friend Rhea. Rhea, if you're watching this, hello. Thank you for making these for me. I'm wearing them, I love them. They're going to hopefully catch Ernesto de la Cruz's eye, who may or may not be the real reason I'm here.
Well, what have we here? You look like you deserve to be on my Oogie Boogie list.
Ooh, is that good or bad? Okay. I don't know that I want to be on his Oogie Boogie list. I don't know what that means. I just still think it bodes well because he's made of bugs. Okay, new surprise from the treat trails is the variety of things they give you. Because yes, there's like regular candy like Snickers and M&Ms and stuff, but I've also gotten a good amount of goldfish. What else? I got something, cranberries, I think? What is this? Goldfish Giant, baked goldfish. I've gotten a lot of goldfish, yeah. Craisins. You would not be a popular house in the neighborhood if you gave out craisins for Halloween. Just a warning for everybody buying their Halloween candy. The kids won't like it. They will not like it one bit. I like nerds. Just give out nerds.
Is Hector here for you? ¿Verdad que no?
I was just watching Ernesto de la Cruz.
He abandoned you. Me, Ernesto de la Cruz, the greatest singer who ever lived, is here for you, amiga.
I would have told you for like 5 minutes. It's been...
I have union dues and contracts. I will sing when it's time. I'm a professional, amiga.
like a long time.
It's not my fault he can't handle his chorizo.
I know that it's time for my mobile order that I made to have before the parade. That was like a long way off when I made it. Oh my gosh, I have to go get my mobile order. I'm gonna have to move it. And Scarlet Witch is here. Oh my gosh. I wanna meet Wanda. We'll come back, we'll come back, we'll come back. I'm having a great time so far. So I mobile ordered from Flo's VA Cafe. There are not a ton of specialty eats, very different from Disney World. At our parties, we have tons of specialty eats you can only get during the party. There are literally 3 eats and 1 alcoholic hot chocolate, and that's it. But I felt obligated morally to get one of them because one of the eats is Carolina barbecue chicken tenders. And I was born and raised in North Carolina. I am quite familiar with Carolina barbecue and I have big opinions about it. It also comes with like dill pickle-y stuff, like a pickle ranch, and I also love pickles. So I feel like I'm uniquely positioned to be able to judge this Oogie Boogie specialty treat. Only available during the party. So that's where I'm headed. We're gonna grab them, watch the parade, and then I guess go watch Ernesto de la Cruz for the rest of the night. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. We're gonna see all the other treat trails. All right, Flo's VA Cafe in Carsland is home to 2 of the treat options, the snack options that are exclusive to the party. Both chicken tender dishes. I mobile ordered, so my Carolina tenders. So I get to skip that line, which is great. I would not call this authentic Carolina. If that's what you're looking for. So they put some yellow mustard in, which is a South Carolina thing. I'm from North Carolina. I like Piedmont barbecue sauce, vinegar based. This is kind of like if you mix South Carolina style barbecue sauce with Tennessee style sauce. So a little bit of hot honey sort of flavor to it. A lot of yellow mustard. It's good. And honestly, I think it's fun. I don't know that it's the most exciting party specific treat I've ever had. It's not that cute. It tastes fine. I love saucy tenders, so I'm happy. It's just not that special. It looks like, despite the amount of time I spent looking at Ernesto de la Cruz, we are going to make it to the parade. There are 2 parades in a night, one at 7:45 and one at 10. They start in Paradise Gardens Park and then work their way down that way and then towards the front of the park. So it will come past right here, which is why there's crowds lined up. So let's see if we can find ourselves an okay spot. There's another one at 10, so I wasn't too stressed about missing it, but I think we might catch it, which is really cool if we do. I got a spot, I got a spot. Oh, they're coming. Ichabod is coming. I didn't know Ichabod was here. The Frightfully Fun Parade. I really liked it. I've heard that it's not nearly as good as Boo to You, which is maybe my favorite parade of all time. And I think that that's true. Boo to You is a lot longer. There are a lot more floats. Now, for me, Boo to You has highs and lows. Like there's parts where I'm just like waiting for the parts I really love to come back. This, every single float and all the dancers, all the costumes and the characters were all a hit for me. Like it was super fun the whole time. It's just that it was a little too short. I wanted so much more. But I loved the whole thing. My favorite part was probably maybe the Dr. Facilier's shadows were so cool. But I mean, I love watching the ballroom ghosts, so that's probably going to be it for me. Now, it's dark, as you can see, so I'm walking over to the Challenge Trail in Grizzly Peak because during the event, it is transformed to Villain's Grove, which is a spooky villains walkthrough with like special lighting and effects. And I don't know, I'm like confused because everyone raves about it, but it just kind of seems like it's just a spooky walkthrough. So I am really interested to see what makes it so special because I just don't know. But this might be kind of one of the longer waits we have tonight just because this is one of the stars of the party. And I've heard the line doesn't move quite as fast as it does for the treat trails in this instance. That was pretty cool and it didn't take that long. The line was like under 10 minutes. It was a long line and I still moved in within 10 minutes. The actual walkthrough experience also took about 10 because it's a little backed up in there. But I thought it was really cool. It's like very high tech and it's supposed to be kind of like you're walking through an enchanted wood that sort of like the spirits of the villains have taken over. So there's a lot of like spooky like villain whispers and stuff, and you see that the wood's magic sort of turns into the villains at certain points. My favorite part was at the end, it gets a little bit like more lighthearted, as if the, I don't know, natural I'm like making up the story from what I gathered, but it's like as if the natural magic takes over. And then it's just like you're walking with this beautiful bright light in the wood, and like it's very pretty at the end. So that was the best part of it. I thought it was really cool. I think that like if you find yourself running out of time and it's that versus a treat trail with a villain, I would go treat trail with a villain, but I liked it a lot. I think it's definitely a cool part of the party. Wish there was more stuff like that. I don't know whose treat trail this is, but I see a line and I'm gonna get into it. I never don't know what lines are for. This is like very different experience for me.
Well, seems we have quite the celebration on our hands. Royalty, nobility, and even the rabble are invited.
I'm not gonna like back villainy, but royalty, nobility, and the entire kingdom were invited to Aurora's birthday party, and they just didn't invite Maleficent. And like, I'm sure they have a reason for having a boundary with her, but I'm sure they could have boundaries with other people in the kingdom and they still got invited. Like, you cannot tell me that the king and queen like every single person they invited to that party. That's not possible. You know, it's gotta be, you gotta give her a little grace for crashing out, you know? She was the only one not invited. That's crazy. Okay, I passed a meet and greet for Meg, which is right over there. Very crowded, which is unsurprising. Meg rules. But I've got higher priorities, so I'm moving on. I might be new to Oogie Boogie Bash, but I am not new to theme park events. And I know how to handle my priorities, which is to go to the things that are more important to me first and then do a lap for the things that I could take or leave. Meg is on my take or leave list. There are a couple of characters that are super interesting here. Barley Lightfoot from Onward is here, and I would love to go see what that meet and greet is like. Yokai is here, and he's the bad guy from Big Hero 6. My fiance loves Big Hero 6, so I would love to get a picture with Yokai for him. Also, Oogie Boogie Bash dessert party is an upcharge option you can do. One cool thing is you get seats at tables for the actual parade, which is cool. Typically, I am pretty anti the splurge for a dessert party because it takes time out of the event for you, and The desserts typically are just fine. And in this instance, you know, I was able to walk up right before the parade and get a really good view just by doing a little walking and finding people sitting on a bench I could stand behind. But if you're trying to really make a night of it, this event is long enough that you would have plenty of time to have a dessert party and still get through everything you wanted to. For reference, it's about 9 right now. I've seen the parade, I've done 4 of the 9 treat trails, so I'm more than halfway through the treat trails. And that's what I'm about to focus on is the rest of the treat trails and maybe a character meet and greet or 2. I really would love to meet Prince Hans. I love Anna, but it's Halloween, so tonight we're on the villain side. Came over here to see Yokai, who's at this treat trail, and as of right now, Yokai is not appearing right now, so hopefully he comes back out. I would love to see Yokai tonight. I'm a little nervous that since he's not out right now, he won't be out at all, but we never know. We never know. I guess I could check if he's got times, but the other treat trails do not. They're continuous, so a little nervous that Yokai might be MIA. Now there are a good number of rides open during Oogie Boogie Bash. I am probably not gonna ride anything just because I'm here for a whole week and I have other days at Disney California Adventure. But if you don't, one thing I definitely recommend doing is using your Oogie Boogie Bash admission as soon as it starts, because you can actually get into DCA starting at 3 p.m. That's 3 hours before the party. You can go ahead and ride some rides during that time. Of course, you get short lines during the party, but you're using up party time if you wait for during the party. So you get in those 3 hours early, ride a couple of rides, and then save some of those ones that have the longer lines for the actual party. It can be a great use of your time if rides are a little bit more of a priority, particularly the ones that have Halloween overlays. 2 of the Cars rides have Halloween overlays, and Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout has a Halloween overlay. Monsters After Dark. I'm considering trying that one out. It is available during the day, so that one might be a later in this week opportunity, and maybe you'll see it dropped into this video for a reaction. But that ride makes me very motion sick, and I don't know that adding a scary element would be great for me, but you know, I'll try it. Another common theme park event rule is that the things that have longer lines at the beginning of the night will start to get lighter lines towards as the night goes on. Some folks don't stay the entire event if they've got younger kids. I do recommend trying to stay the whole event if you can, because that's the best way to get your money's worth. Some folks will not stay the whole event. And then also a lot of people prioritize, you know, the really high demand treat trails like Agatha, Harkness, for instance. And then towards the beginning of the night, this whole queue will be full. Towards the end, it'll be emptier. Now, because the treat trail lines move so quickly, it's not that big of a deal, but it is just something that's exciting as the night goes on and lines get shorter.
So, witch. Always good to see a fellow witch. And you know what? I'm glad to see the hat is coming back in style. I have one of those hats. Retro.
I want her outfit so bad. I want to model my entire style after Agatha. Everything she wears is like, and her hair and Agatha all along. That's what I want my hair to look like all the time. I don't know that she would do the double mini ponytail thing that I'm doing right now. Maybe she would, I don't know. She's been through a lot of phases. I definitely think there's more crowds than there were earlier. I don't know if folks wait for it to get dark to like really come and flood into the party when they've been before. Maybe that's what it is. That's a little bit of what happens at HHN, but it definitely feels, pretty much since I saw the parade, a lot more crowded around the park. That said, lines are still short, lines are still moving fast. The slowest lines, honestly, are the true character meet and greets and photo pass lines. Pretty much longest wait time in the park is the Halloween overlay, Monsters After Dark at Guardians of the Galaxy. Oh, really good Star-Lord just walked by. The costumes, y'all show out over here on the West Coast, I'll be honest. The costumes are good. But 20-minute wait for that, which is not bad. Oh my gosh, what is this? We're next to Ernesto de la Cruz again. Well, I guess we better go see him. I guess so. Oh well.
You see, I had the good providence of meeting with one Mr. Maroon of Maroon's cartoons. He told me that the rabbit became quite agitated when he showed him the pictures of his wife. The rabbit said one way or another he and his wife were going to be happy. Do those sound like the words of an innocent tune to you?
No.
I don't think so either.
Okay, we've only got 2 more treat trails. It's 9:45, we're making good time. I saw Ernesto again. It was fantastic. I'm so excited to see Hades. What a cool one. And what a funny guy. I hope he makes us laugh.
When all I need is a monster to take care of Hercules! Hey! I'm so sorry, folks. I didn't mean to lose my temper on you.
He's pretty scary, actually. Hades is a little scary. He's got like yellow hell eyes, which makes sense. King of the underworld. He's a little scary to look at and talk to. The 2 actually villains that I've had trouble talking to when they've directly spoken to me is Dr. Doofenshmirtz and Hades. But we only have 1 more of the treat trails. Right now the parade is about to come through again. And then otherwise I'm gonna focus on photos and meet and greets and maybe have something to drink. One thing about this compared to Mickey's Not So Scary is Mickey's Not So Scary is in Magic Kingdoms, which is a dry park except in table service for now until the Pirates bar opens. But DCA is not. And the bars are open, which I think is cool. It makes it a little bit more of an adult event. Of course, everybody's being cool because it's still very much a family event. Bonus to the second parade is if you get a spot right in the Buena Vista Street hub on a night that Disneyland has fireworks, they're going off while you wait for the parade. So it's pretty darn neat. Ooh, one thing I'm noticing about the dessert party is that there's a server coming around to their tables to deliver the beverages. So it's like a weighted service while you watch the parade. That is kind of cool. That's a little more interesting than like the buffet dessert parties that you have more commonly with like fireworks and such. It's interesting. Something you'll see in Disney parks a lot is when there are shows, parades, fireworks that draw a lot of crowds, you'll see them routing you different ways, even if it doesn't make sense, like in a direct walking path manner. It's for safety and also to keep things manageable for everybody involved. So I always follow customer directions. I just got routed through San Francisco instead of walking straight up because straight up is the parade route. Headless Horseman is about to come down it. That's not safe. He takes heads maybe. We don't know. Now the parade is actively going on, which is why the walkways are a little less crowded, but I've also noticed, and it's probably due to the layout of this park, there's a lot of ebb and flow in the crowd. So you could be caught in a lot of crowds and then another area of the park could be dead. I'm excited to meet Syndrome though. He is new to the party this year. Everything's been new to me, so it's all been great. But I am excited to meet Syndrome. The character of this party is so different from Not So Scary, honestly. It really is all about the treat trails and the interactive villains, it feels like, and the photo ops, which I really like because the villains make memorable experiences and the photo ops are actual tangible memories, and they're really cool, and I've been really impressed with the quality of pictures. I'm gonna hit as many photo ops as I can after I see Syndrome because they just are such a fun addition to this. The fact that you get to keep all your photo downloads, it's just really cool. That said, I do think Not So Scary feels a little bit more like a comprehensive event with the fireworks, the longer parade, all the shows, and all the there's like little shows all around the park, whereas this one is a lot more about the characters. So I don't know. I don't think many people are in the position of being able to judge them both. So I think it's nice that they do different things.
No, comma, capes, exclamation point, I agree.
No, capes.
Yes.
Yes.
You understand punctuation.
I get
it.
It's important. Really cool, like interaction with Syndrome. Hey, like Syndrome. That was like Syndrome. You know what I mean? Like it was exactly what I want when I think Syndrome. I don't know, man. That was cool. He was. I was like, I don't know why I'd put my camera down. I was gonna ask him for a picture. I said, I don't know why they call you bad. He said, yeah, I mean, I think they mean bad, like really cool. And I was like, oh, like bad. And he was like, yeah, like when they mean it that way. And I was like, oh, then yeah, you're bad. And he was like, that's what I'm saying. Another thing, I have the beer. You can walk the tree trails, they're outside. And I think you can walk the indoor ones too with it. But you can't take a picture with a beverage in your hand, alcoholic beverage, with a character. So Syndrome, just really cool, was like, can you set that beverage down? I was like, yeah, I got you. And I just put it down, and then he took a picture with me. Super chill. And I still could carry my drink through the line, so that was neat. I'm gonna do a little patrol looking for Barley real quick, and then I think we're gonna start hitting some photo ops. Hey Barley, how's it going? Pretty good. I wanted to tell you I also play Quest of Yore. I know you play a warrior, I play barbarian, so you know, it's kind of similar, yeah. If you hadn't gathered from our videos or this video, I'm a pretty big nerd. But something I always say is, it's important to talk about the things that you love, even if you think they're a little off the beaten path, because that's how you find other people that love the things you love. So, I do play a lot of D&D. My favorite class is Barbarian. A couple of months ago, I finished DMing Curse of Strahd, which is a vampire module, because I'm also a vampire girly. And right now I'm playing an Artificer and an Eberron game. This is all deep D&D in language for very few people, I assume, but you know, that's what you need to know. I would love to meet Prince Hans of the Southern Isles, who comes out in 10 minutes, 9 minutes really. Before I had this job, I used to not really enjoy meeting characters because it was awkward to me and a little bit difficult, which I think is not an uncommon sentiment. Now, with practice, I have gotten very, very comfortable with meeting characters, which is great because I actually really enjoy doing it. Meeting some characters really makes me feel like a kid again. I think it's part of what Disney is all about, is reconnecting with your like childhood and the things you loved as a kid and not losing that sense of play. So when I meet Mickey, that's like that feeling I get. And I think that's important. And then I love meeting face characters like Hans, Ernesto. It's such a unique, cool thing to do, to have conversations with these characters. And something that really helps if you are nervous to meet characters like me, but you think you might like it, if you actually felt a little more comfortable, is just have in your mind what you want to say first. Keep in mind, these characters are awesome. You could walk up and say absolutely nothing and they would make the experience perfectly comfortable. They talk to hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and thousands of people. They know what to do. They're happy to see you, happy to take a picture. So don't feel like you have to carry the conversation or be perfect. Like, they're not judging you. The characters love talking to you. It doesn't matter if you're a little awkward or not. I'm a little awkward all the time with characters. And if you still would like a little help, you can do what I just did with Barley, which is I Googled him. Right before I went up to meet Barley, I Googled what the game he plays is called. And it told me Quest of Yore, it told me what his character was, gave me something to say to him. I didn't remember that Barley played a warrior in the fictional game from the one time I've seen Onward. I Googled it. And that's something you can do too, to have something to talk about with characters. As I always scream from the rooftops, there is nothing wrong with meeting characters as an adult. In fact, I encourage it. They're not judging you. I think it's cool of you because I think it means that you're engaging with something you love. And if that means meeting characters, then you better do it. Or I'm gonna find you and drag you out of your house and we're gonna go meet Prince Hans together. Which is kind of what I'm doing right now. Like dragging you to meet Prince Hans. But you haven't turned me off yet, then please don't. It's really helpful that you're still here. I'm kind of losing it. It's pretty late. And I got here yesterday, so the jet lag, not gone. There is suddenly a Halloween projection happening on Carthay Circle. Oh, spooky. Hi, how are you?
Good, what's your name?
I'm Quincy.
Very good to see you.
Nice
How was your night? And make sure no one was misbehaving, so that's why I'm...
That makes sense. There's a lot of people who I would think were prone to misbehaving.
Exactly.
I wouldn't necessarily put you into that bucket.
No,
of course not.
I'm looking out for what's best for the people.
Good, well, I'm glad you're here. I think you're probably keeping it very, very level.
I appreciate it.
I don't know that I should be allying with Prince Hans, but he was handsome. I think my mic was off. I hope you guys could hear that in the audio for the camera. But I don't know. Hans did ask. He said we were allies. I hope so. Y'all can't let me come to Halloween parties. Okay, I've done all my must-dos. I don't know. Should we see if Meg is still meeting? That could be cool. Meg or Scarlet Witch. Okay, I confirmed that with 10 minutes left of the night, I cannot make it over to Meg and confirm that I'll get in line. So I think we're gonna cap off with one final PhotoPass photo where I started, with a PhotoPass photo at the Headless Horseman statue, because it looks much cooler at night. And then we're gonna check out the merch, because I know a Disney event, the stores stay open once the party's over. And there is some exclusive Oogie Boogie Bash merchandise, I believe, so we're gonna go check out that collection on our way out and call it a really good night. I've had so much fun. I was right that the store would still be open. One catch here is that the limited edition merch can sometimes go quickly. Actually, looks like everything here might still be available, but there's only one left of the Frog's Breath sipper over there. But the merch is very cute. It's Nightmare Before Christmas, which is not my favorite Halloween property. Sorry to everyone, I know everyone loves it, but you know, for me, I just pick other stuff. But just fun to have a little specially merch in the night. And the best part is you don't have to spend your party shopping if it's not a huge priority to get the big exclusive thing that might sell out. Because oftentimes it doesn't sell out. Yeah, here's the crowd exiting Oogie Boogie. And I'm gonna join them because with that, it is 11:13. 13 minutes past the end of the party. I had so much fun. This is a great event. Super different from Not So Scary, which I didn't expect at all. And a lot of fun to be had, but it's very low key. So I think there's pros and cons to that. On one hand, I was not stressed at all. I was able to get through everything I wanted to. I had a really great time. On the other hand, it might feel as if it's not, you know, offering enough to be worth the money. But that said, like, there was stuff that I still could have done if there was another hour. Like, I just think that really this event is for you if you are interested in characters. That's what this event's about. The parade's cool, but it's not that cool. The characters are what's really super cool, and it's characters that you will never see anywhere else. And you get to have one-on-one interactions with them or interactions with them in a crowd. The characters are really cool. So if you're not interested in that, then this event, I think, would seriously fall flat unless you were just trying to, like, hoard candy. I had a great time. I loved it. It was a great first time at Oogie Boogie Bash. Thank you guys so much for doing it with me. I was alone other than y'all, so thanks for keeping me company. It was you, me, and Prince Hans of the Southern Isles. Remember earlier when I was like down bad for an Estrella cruise? That's changed. I'm a Hans girl now, which I hate because Anna's my favorite princess. But you know what? It's hard to say no to a dreamy pair of eyes, and I think that's in the spirit of Anna. Thank you guys so much for coming to my first time at Oogie Boogie Bash. I had so much fun. If you're still here, please like the video. It helps us out a ton. And drop this secret code in the comments so that I know you made it all the way. Plus, of course, if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe. We upload tips, games, vlogs, and more from Disneyland and beyond all week because we are serious about fun here. I'm very serious about fun. And I'm very sleepy. And I feel spooktacular. Okay. Good night.